camera, one video to the right.
Well, it was kind of just, it run right out of the band, and like, really amazing.
Okay, to black.
Now, had any of you ever heard about this tragic incident at the Algee's motel before you were involved with this movie?
I heard about the riots, but not specifically the Algee motel, and everything else that went in as far as the Motown sound and everyone being involved in it. I didn't know as much as I do now.
Yeah, there's so many events that went on during those 5 days that we're still learning about. There were just a lot of events that were just swept under the carpet, and but I think the riots in general we all know about.
I think I'm just extremely happy to be finally bringing these stories to light and to be a part of it.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, it's interesting because after I watched the movie, I had never heard about the Algee's motel tragedy. And then I tried to Google and research on the internet, and there's very little information available. And it's interesting that you hadn't, Algee, heard about this event in particular because you grew up in Saginaw?
Saginaw,
Only an hour and a half outside of Detroit.
Yeah, you know, it's crazy. Like you said, there isn't a lot of information. There have been people that tried to put it out. As far as there's certain books out about the Algees and everything like that, but it's nothing that's been on this platform. That's so huge. That's telling a story like this. And yeah, I'm surprised I haven't heard about it either. Even just more in depth of you know, in my name, Algee. It's just kind of
Didn't realize that before.
Meant to be.
Meant to be.
Wait, y'all seen this?
Hey, look, we're not too far from the Algees. Let's just go there till all this blows over.
When you're black, it's almost like having a gun pointed at your face. It's like this. Hey, boy, what you doing on my street?
Get that gun off me.
Or what? Hit the dog! You shoot it. Oh, man. It's just a start. It just starts racing.
Now, Algee, you were quoted as saying, being black in America right now, even if it isn't as bad as it was, it's still not as good as it should be. So what personal, emotional experiences did you draw on to help you portray your character?
Well, first of all, let me just say that I have no idea what it actually feels like to be in those certain individuals' position that were actually in that hotel and in those rebellions and riots. But I just drew from my experience of a black man just being profiled and harassed and looked at a certain way and talked to a certain way. So that's kind of what I had to pull from.
Yeah.
The other flip side of that is something that I've never experienced in my life, so I just had to take myself to dark places within my mind, which were very dark, involving family and friends, just to try to get there to the point to where they were. So.
And Joseph and Jacob, what experiences did you pull on, or how did you prepare to portray your characters?
It's two parts, just on the music aspect, learning the songs, learning the feel and the style of the performances and everything that they had back in the 60s, and then, I don't know, really taking a look at what's going on now in the country was enough to really feel what these people were going through and everything, and that sort of weight of being oppressed and being, like, I don't know, being made vulnerable, being made to feel like you're guilty of something. Like I was able to pull that from just cutting on social media and watching different things that were going on.
Yeah, I think it's still our reality, so it wasn't too hard to sort of get in the mindset of it. But obviously, I've never really dealt with Fred and Larry and all the other characters went through, you know, face to face. But you know, Catherine really built an environment for us where everything felt extremely real. You know, I think it was certain things she wouldn't even tell us to, you know, just so we didn't know what was happening next. You know, she wanted us to be in that vulnerable state of mind that, you know, tomorrow's not promised, or you know. And that's it really shows on camera. I mean, yeah, obviously that's a frustrating process when you're on set. You're just like, man, what's happening to me? but when I saw the movie for the first time, I was like, wow, that's and it really brings the best out of us. It brings. I looked at the movie. I said, yo, everybody's like 100%. Everybody is just. We like to call it eating. We were at the dinner. You want some more steak?
And what was the best experience and what was the worst experience about making this, or most difficult experience about making this movie?
Every day was pretty exhausting because we started out with the motel, the being on the wall like first. That was like the first 2 weeks. So we went straight straight to the point,
Yeah.
you know, and so every day was like really, really exhausting. I think the best part was obviously the music and rehearsing for the songs and like, you know, me being that like supporter. I was learning the songs too because I was like, I'm their friend, so I gotta know the songs. You know what I'm saying?
Dang, the best part about filming this, I feel like the best part was just being a part of history. I feel like we're a part of history. I don't feel like I know we're a part of history now. Just going back to saying how this story hasn't been put on a huge platform, and we're the ones that get to, you know, tell the story of these individuals. I feel like that was one of the best parts of filming. One of the worst parts was definitely that motel. Definitely.
For me, I think the best part was like getting to work with all these guys, man.
Oh,
I mean, they were so great to work with, and it was just such a fun environment being around them.
Joe,
that like,
don't you
do it, man. Come on. Hey, don't do this to me
right now.
Don't do this to me. And the hardest part was the emotional scenes, like crying for like 5 or 6 hours a day. Just draining, man.
Well, it's an incredible film, very powerful. Thank you so much for talking to the New Music Buds.
Well, it was kind of just a drunk night out with the band, and like really, really late.